Oh my, wait, I might actually. I'm actually pretty strong here. Because he has to move his knight, and I go here. Oh, yeah. I should go here first. Oh my gosh. The juicer. The juicer. What the heck, bro? Wait, I actually came back this game and then I trolled. Oh my gosh. I came back and then I trolled. Yeah. Okay. Stream's on. Alright. Thank you guys so much for joining today's stream. Yesterday was PPI. And we had a really uneventful CPI and PPI this week, to be honest. We didn't have much movement during the New York AM session on NQ. Just noticed that we kind of we did sell off a little bit and then we consolidated and then we just started drifting off. My daily objective here was for prices to take out the daily low, and once it loads up, once my indicators show up, then I'll show you guys that we have completed the daily objective. So the daily low right here, this low, was the daily objective, and we took the daily low. We took the daily low during the Asian session, and now I am anticipating for prices to retrace back into the equilibrium of this higher time frame dealing range here. So from this swing low, you might be able to see a little bit clearer, but from this daily swing low here to this daily swing high, there is equilibrium. I'm anticipating for prices to trade back into this area here for discount, right? So why do prices move? We rebalance inefficiencies, we retrace back into premium and discount, and we take and generate liquidity. In this specific model, we are rebalancing, or I'm sorry, we are retracing into a discount, and we're also rebalancing this daily fair value gap here. So coming into this morning, I am anticipating for prices to, like I said, retrace into discount, and just pay attention to how we close here on this 8-hour candle and this 4-hour candle. Depending on how we close here will tell me my morning objective. If we are going to continue lower, or will we start to get a retracement. But my best guess this year is that we're probably going to create a bearish 8-hour candle closure. We're going to create this 8-hour fair value gap, and this 8-hour fair value gap is going to be left as a breakaway gap, meaning that prices is going to most likely take out the 8-hour low first. After we take out the 8-hour low, I would assume that we're going to retrace back into discount, and then maybe we can see, a retracement higher. But yeah, my morning objective, like I said, is I'm going to wait and see how we close here on the 8-hour candle first. And after we close on the 8-hour and 4-hour candle, I would then, come up with a bias. And yeah. I am not too even. I'm not even. Like, what is this net checks? What is this? I'm not too sure what that's for. I don't know why they're asking me for this. Let's not do that. But yeah, I was anticipating for this week, to be honest. I wasn't really anticipating for us to have a immediate weekly rebalance, but this was shown that we were most likely we're going to trade back into a deeper discount is how we treated this daily fair value gap. We never, like, the way we closed yesterday told me that we disrespected the consequent encroachment. We're probably going to seek a complete rebalance of this daily fair value gap and maybe possibly retrace into this daily fair value gap here too. So now, like I said, my morning objective is I'm going to wait on how the 4-hour and 8-hour candle closes. After they close, I would then come up with a objective. But right now, I'm probably going to anticipate for the discount level to be retraced into. And if I can find an entry model to sell short to target the discount, I'm going to do it. And yeah. But as of right now, we still have about 20 minutes left for the 4-hour candle closure and 8-hour candle closure. So before then, I'm going to go over my pros and cons here for the previous week. We consolidated pretty much all of this week. Very, very interesting PA. Not a single trade this week, too. Very, very weird. But notice how prices look. So I was not anticipating a Monday high of the day or high of the week, because I wanted to see prices respect this daily fair value gap, which we never did. But notice how, look at where prices keeps like bouncing, or not bouncing off of, but look at where prices is trading above and instantly going back down. That gray level right there that I have marked on my chart, it is the weekly open. So prices are wicking above that that weekly open and selling off. This right here, this is just like another reminder to me that, like, hey, this is why you need the weekly open. You need to know where the weekly opening, you need the higher time frame opening price at all times. So like for me, I have the monthly opening price and I have the weekly, and I note the daily opening price. I have that on my 1 minute chart here. But it's the idea that prices are going to create a open high low close candle, right? If we create a open high low close candle, then that means we're probably going to want to be a seller above the weekly open, which, look at where all of the selling takes place, above the weekly open. So we went above it once, above it twice, above it 3 times, and then we sold off. ICT states that's like the Indian drive or whatever. That's not part of my model, but that's just something that he teaches. So if you guys want to see an example of the Indian drive, there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. So see that? 1, 2, and then 3. Oh, oops, and then lower. But yeah, like I said, I want to see lower prices here. me see where the, wow, we had a gap, had a pretty large gap down day, to be honest. Here. Oh, oh, oh. If we retrace back into discount of this dealing range, I'm probably gonna just call it a day. Or once we retrace back into discount, I have a very strong conviction that we're really going to retrace into discount here. I don't see us not retracing into discount. And I washed some towels with detergent at work yesterday. My hands are so dry. I'm not too sure if that's good for your hands too, though. But put on some lotion. I've never been much of a lotion user, but like my hands are so dry from washing it with detergent. Let's see here. Will we retrace back into discount before we even open up at 10? Let me see if there's any like strong economic news calendar here. We have, okay, so we had core retail and retail sales at 8:30 Eastern time. We don't really have much at 10, so that's fine. trading journal. And like I said, go over the pros and cons here. Instead of just mindlessly looking at the charts and actively do something besides looking if there's not anything to do. Alright, so coming in, what the heck? So coming into last week, some of the positives were I was able to understand that if a model didn't present itself right, I am not required to force anything if my model doesn't present itself. To be disciplined and to be patient enough to wait for your model is what a trader is about, to take advantage of their opportunities. And in these 2 weeks, I have not taken a single trade because my model didn't present itself. It's as simple as that. Even if the objective is clear, what prices wants to do, if I don't have a model, I can't structure a risk management plan. I can't practice risk management, getting good entry fills, going for 1 to 1, 1 to 1.5, 1 to 2 risk to reward, and which is why being patient and being disciplined is a good quality to have. It's probably one of the most essential qualities as a trader. Second being is you always want to have a entry pattern whenever you do take a model, right? So there's 2 aspects about a model that makes a model that makes sense. So first off is your model should have a higher time frame objective, which I'll go into in the negative side at least, but your model should always have an objective. So why should prices move in that direction? The second being is your model should always have an entry pattern. Your entry pattern is basically the structure, the structural integrity of your model. You need it in order to set a reasonable stop loss and a reasonable target. And if you don't have a entry pattern, then there's no need for you to force anything. That's something that that should be worked on. Is, like I said, if you don't have a model, then why are you forcing anything at all? Alright, so I went over the first positive and the second. Third is understanding what the current objective is. The current objective, right, is understanding what prices wants to do on at the very moment, right? I can come up with the idea that, hey, we're retracing back into this daily fair value gap here, so we could end up, respecting this daily fair value gap to continue higher. Overall, we're still in bullish market conditions unless we get a complete disrespect of this larger daily fair value gap right here. I would still like to see higher prices on NQ. However, what the current objective is right now, this very present moment here, is I wanted to see prices retrace into discount. I wanted to see prices retrace into discount, right? That's the objective. And that's understanding the current objective to the higher time frame objective. If you can align the current objective with the higher time frame objective, your model is going to be significantly higher probability. And going to the negatives, like I said before, your model should require an objective and an entry pattern. Your objective should be either to rebalance inefficiencies, to retrace back into discount or premium, and to generate and take liquidity. So there's the EQ model, which is basically us retracing into discount or premium. There's the expansion model, is taking liquidity. And there's the rebalancing model, which is retracing into a fair value gap or rebalancing a fair value gap. So no matter how good a trade looks, right? No matter how good, no matter how clear the objective is, if there isn't a higher time frame objective, you just can't take it. And I left a little quote here that I wrote is, the quality of a trader isn't determined by how well he executes. Is determined by how well he executes his trading plan. And that just goes on to being patient and disciplined, right? Improvements here. Being selective, always require a higher time frame objective, right? My higher time frame objective here today is to retrace back into discount of this daily range. What is the hourly 4-hour candle and 8-hour suggesting? Lower prices. Second, just being more aggressive. And third is to continue to practice patience and be extremely focused at whatever you're doing. So this applies to almost everything. This applies to everything in life, to be honest. This single sentence right here, practice patience and be extremely focused with whatever your current task is. And that's gonna probably be all for the pros and cons and the improvements. Hopefully that was able to help you guys with some stuff. But like I said, no news at 10. We had already had the red folder news at 8:30, so we're pretty much chilling there. I'm gonna go into Discord here and actually post a quote. And my quote for the day is, let me see if I can remember it off the top of my head. It's a quote about wealth. Wealth is not about them dollars in your bank account or So, oops, forgot to add the. So wealth is not about the dollars in your bank account or net worth. True wealth is about living in alignment with what matters most to you, basically living in alignment with your values. And one of which is financial freedom. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having that as a value. Freaking callers, bro. Who's freaking calling me? Boy, see that? I almost forgot to log into my account there. And we have about 2 minutes left, so let's not have to scramble. Alright, so that dotted line right there is actually the discount level, right? So my objective, my morning objective here, we're about to close in about a minute, is to retrace into this discount level and for us to take out the 8-hour and 4-hour low. Let's see on the lower time frames. Alright, so it appears that we're probably going to create a 1 minute fair value gap. If I can get an entry at this 1 minute fair value gap, if I can get this, then I will most likely take it here. Like I said, to target the rebalance, right? Anticipating this 2 minute fair value gap to be treated as a breakaway gap. And let's just get the trade set up here. So that's a 90, wow. 25, 30. Okay, so there's a 2 minute. Am I, oh shoot, oops. Am I comfortable with taking that small entry with that small fair value gap? See, these are the questions that I always have to ask myself is, like, is this worth it here? To enter off of that small little fair value gap and have my stop loss at the 2 minute fair value gap. Reason being is because I didn't want to see prices retrace or rebalance the 2 minute fair value gap. Yeah, that's the thing. It's very, very, like, even though I can see lower prices, right? It's just the entry pattern is what's messing. It's kind of what's, kind of going through my head right now. It's like, what can we enter off of? Like, there's that 1 minute fair value gap, right? But like I said, I didn't want to see prices trade up into this 2 minute fair value gap. And the 1 minute fair value gap is relatively smaller in size. So we just completed the objective. And there we go. I didn't take it. It's just not really comfortable with something like that. But you notice how like I said, higher time frame objective, right, is for us to see lower prices. What do? We got the lower prices like I called for. It's just the entry pattern. Like I would have preferred it to be a little bit like something like this, you know? Like it would have been, I would have wished it for it to be a little bit larger. But yeah. It's just I don't have conviction in taking a fair value gap like that, which is completely fine. Because the reason why I'm treating this, I wanted to put my stop loss here, is because I didn't want to see prices trade up into this 2-minute fair value gap, because it should be treated as a breakaway gap. The reason why prices traded up, or is prices here closed below the 2-minute fair value gap. So now, yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna probably just watch. There's no reason for me to really force anything, because my morning objective has been taken. I'm probably just gonna call it a day here. Let me see what ES did. Has ES even retraced back into its dealing range yet? No, not yet. Okay. Interesting. So we have yet to retrace back into discount on ES. Let's see here. I think I'm just gonna call it a day. Hopefully you guys got some insight of how I view things. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.